day dawns. A new challenge awaits for Western competitors fighting on their home turf as America's citizen soldiers host America's best anglers. A fierce competition, a matter of pride and honor.
We're trying to hit that bridge at 7:30.
A new kind of event in a desert oasis. Big money on Western waters.
There it is, got it. Coming right.
The first title on the line. Conditions are tough. Determination is tougher. No giving up. No slowing down. History in the making. The National Guard lays down the challenge, and these talented athletes step up to the plate to prove they're the best and worthy of the title of champion.
Yes! That's what I'm talking about. Yes! Look at that bad boy. Oh, yeah! Yeah! Glory ticket! $500,000 Richard.
From Idaho to Mexico, the best in the West have descended this week upon the beautiful desert of Lake Havasu City, Arizona. The National Guard is bringing the Walmart FLW Series out west. And as the National Guard Black Hawk helicopter flies over Lake Havasu's London Bridge, a new day is dawning for some of the world's best anglers, like 2006 Forest Wood Cup champion Brent Ehrler, 2006 Gain Rookie of the Year Gabe Bolivar, Michael Bennett, and Art Berry. Hey, we are set to crown a champion and to launch a new bass fishing tour, the National Guard Western Division. Hello, everyone. I'm Keith Leibowitz, along with Chris Jones. Welcome to History in the Making, the first ever Walmart FLW Series National Guard Western Division event. We are on Lake Havasu in Arizona, and an unbelievable field is assembled here, Chris.
A great field vying for a $1 million total purse, Keith, and the winning pro can win up to $125,000. Never before has the Western bass fishing world had so much money on the line.
And never before have Lake Havasu natives had so much to cheer about, because one of their own is on top of the leaderboard, Mike Goodwin. He shares the lead with Phil Strader, both at 32 pounds. But you've got to give Mike the edge, Chris, because he's been on this lake plenty of times and he's won here before.
He has 2 FLW Outdoors wins here in his career, a 2000 BFL and a 2004 String Series event. Yeah, he knows how to get the job done here on Lake Havasu, Keith.
And if there's anyone these two don't want to see in the rearview mirror, it's one of the most accomplished anglers of all time, a former Land O'Lakes Angler of the Year on the Walmart FLW Tour. His name is Jay Yellis.
And he's one of the biggest names in the sport, but when you look at his FLW Outdoors resume, no wins. But he can change that this week, Keith. He's had a strong first 3 days. He's on a great pattern, but he's going to have to overcome 3 pounds plus to take the lead to finish the game and get his first win here on Lake Havasu.
It's a cold morning, and leader Mike Goodwin looks cool under pressure.
I'm tied with Phil Strader today, going into this fourth quarter, basically. I like my chances. You know, I feel real confident, and I'm going to do my best to give it all I got.
You know, Chris, Mike has seen his sacks grow lighter and lighter as this tournament has progressed.
But Phil Strader has advanced up the leaderboard every day of this 4-day event.
To go head-to-head with Mike today is, I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. So to win this would be phenomenal. I don't know quite how to describe it at this point, but hopefully I'll get to tell you about 4:30 this afternoon.
The legendary Jay Yellis is also hoping for that winning feeling at the end of the day. Only 8 pros caught a limit yesterday, and Jay was one of them. And we also have an FLW Outdoors rookie, Mike Pua, in this top 10.
We're basically targeting a chunk rock with a little bit of wood on it. The key is the wood's got to be there. You know, we're sitting at 20 feet, throwing out to about 2 to 3 feet, and just feathering the bait down the bank. And it's not something you work for a long time. You maybe 2 or 3 hops, and the bite's there.
And Pua's just over 3.5 pounds out of the lead.
This is a cumulative weight event, anybody's ball game going into the final day. Now, we spent some time with Brent Ehrler last night after he learned he'd made the top 10 cut in this edition of Top 10 to Take Off.
Well, the weigh-in's over now, so finished 8th place, and now we're gonna go. Actually, we gotta go to the top 10 meeting first. I forgot about that. Where should we sit?
Challenge. Grudge match.
Do you know what this guy looks like? Bismarck E. The rapper.
No, I don't.
You got what I need.
Stick around for some more action from the very first FLW Series tournament from the Western States. That's all right. We're gonna go to my buddy Jeff Dean's house, where I'm staying. Jeff Dean's wife is an amazing cook. She's cooked up some awesome stuff for us. This is Jeff Dean. So we're gonna go in and this is where we're staying. Little mushrooms, look at this, this is crazy. This is like the second or third lobster I've ever had in my life. That looks like a crawdad. Look at that. Ow, that's hot. Just cut it? Okay, we're gonna enjoy this dinner and then go to bed and wake up tomorrow on my birthday and have a chance at winning 120 grand. Should be fun. I have so many clothes on right now, it's ridiculous. I'm already 9 pounds behind and I'm thinking I can catch like a 10-pound limit, so do the math on that. I think we're ready. Now all we have to do is catch fish.
And that's all any of these anglers has to do, and the six-figure winner's check could be theirs, Chris.
Keith, here are the rules of the competition. Days 1 through 3, the entire field will fish. We'll crown a co-angler champion on day 3, a pro champion on day 4. Weights carry over every day of competition. Anglers are allowed to keep 5 bass, and the minimum size limit is 13 inches. Havasu's been challenging this week. It's a deep, clear, cold water fishery. And 6 of the top 10 pros caught limits on day 1, just 3 yesterday. So it looks like conditions are getting even tougher.
And on this, the final day of competition, the pressure mounts. Who's gonna walk away with a top prize? Lake Havasu sits along the Colorado River on the border of Arizona and California. It's about 45 miles long and covers over 20,000 acres. This event begins near the north end of the main lake at Lake Havasu State Park in Lake Havasu City. And Phil Strader has struggled on this lake in several Strand Series events, but this week he has climbed the leaderboard with 3 limits in a row.
And Keith, he has done it with a prototype finesse bait. It's basically a hand-tied finesse jig that the smallmouth have fell in love with this week on Havasu.
Sing us a good luck song, Debbie.
Oh, the sun is just starting to come up over the hilltop, and it's gonna be a beautiful...
Atta girl. That a girl. Goodwin, he's not hooked real well. Keep singing, I need a little bit more.
You don't think fishermen are superstitious, do you, Keith?
No, not at all. Nice fish there, and Debbie Blanchard, the camera boat driver, singing Phil Strader to a little success here if he can land this fish.
She's bringing him good luck, Keith.
There you go.
That's my girl.
This fish comes on a finesse rig, light line, spin tackle, and that hand-tied finesse jig is the key bait for Phil Strader.
Havasu Smalling. First one today is for my dad.
This smallmouth will go just over 2 pounds and should help the cause.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. First one's for Dad. And Mom. Stay tuned. Watch me take to the desert at Lake Havasu, Arizona, like a duck takes to water.
Reliability starts here. And Watkins, timeless comfort product since 1868. You know, it's not often you see desert mountains at a high-stakes bass fishing tournament. That's because this event is the first of its kind, thanks to the National Guard.
We are making history. The biggest purse ever paid in a bass tournament on the West Coast.
We've wanted this kind of a circuit on the West Coast for a lot of years.
It's going to put the West Coast on the map.
Welcome to the West Coast. The National Guard saw that there was a deficit for the Western anglers.
We're out here, and we're out here to stay.
These anglers are just so excited. They're so thankful that they finally have an opportunity to participate like the East has for years and compete on a level of historic proportions.
We've always had, you know, smaller tournaments come out, and then it was awesome to have FLW bring out the EverStart, which then became the Strand, and just kind of led the way to having the series out here.
You're in the top 10.
I'm looking forward to the opportunity to fish some places where I've already got some knowledge and I'm not playing in someone else's backyards. You're going to see some phenomenal fishing, especially the next event at the California Delta. When they went there last year, they weighed 2 14-pounders, and that's just unheard of in tournament fishing.
I think the one thing that you're going to see that's going to be a little bit different, especially when we go to the Delta and Clear Lake, is you're going to get a lot of swim bait action.
This is a 9-inch Osprey Talon, and I can't tell you how many 10-pound plus fish I caught on a bait this big or bigger.
The guys are real innovative out here. Most of your finesse techniques like drop shotting, the weightless worms, and the swim baits that are so popular, all that stuff began on the West Coast.
Yes. The fishing world's going to get introduced to a lot of great Western fishermen this week. Probably a lot of them have never been heard of east of Arizona or New Mexico.
There's anglers that they've made their careers out here in the West Coast, mostly in California, and they'll get the opportunity to show that off. People will get introduced to what the West Coast fishing's all about.
Fish. California pro Mike Pua is benefiting from this new series. He is fishing his first FLW Outdoors Pro event, and he's making the most of it, Chris.
Mike Pua, Ranger Pro, is a rookie with the FLW Series National Guard Western Division. Keith, Lake Havasu is a deep, clear water fishery, and it's January. The water is cold. These fish are just moving up, and they're not schooling yet. They're moving up individually, so the anglers are targeting individual fish. They're sight fishing these bass.
I don't know if that was him or not, but it's a keeper. Thank you, Lord. On the board.
That's fish number 1 for Mike Pua, looking to move up the leaderboard.
That was definitely not the fish I saw earlier. So there's another one down there.
Mike's using polarized sunglasses. Those types of lenses enable our anglers to see those fish in clear water.
It's a Lake Havasu smallmouth right there. We're on the board, baby. Yeah.
Brent Ayler went east for the Walmart FLW Tour last year, and he came home a champion.
Winning a championship tournament like this and actually winning $500,000 has been just crazy. When it went through and gradually got down to Anthony, you know, I go, man, this is it. This is a deciding moment. And they called us up there, and I didn't really know. I really thought inside that I won, but I wasn't for sure.
Little smile there. There is number 4. That's
I think when we pulled out his 4th fish, it was my family just jumped up, and right then, as I couldn't hold it anymore.
We have a champion, Brent Ayler, $500,000 champion.
To be in a tournament and fish against anglers like that was such a great experience, and to win was amazing. And then he threw on, you know, the $500,000 on top of that, and it's just, I mean, I go over and over in my mind. It just seems like every day I think about that experience. It's just amazing.
A life-changing moment for Brent Ayler at the end of 2006.
Wow, great hook set.
Stay on it, stay on it, stay on it.
He is the only pro in the top 10 that has not weighed in a limit yet this week.
Not that big.
But he's looking to do that today.
I tell you, that sandwich trick works.
I wonder if he's got 4 more sandwiches.
Oh, there's a bush down there. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Wow. Finesse rig. He's got to be careful.
There we go. Tell you what, I need to sit there and just do nothing with it. I'm gonna try that again. I gotta think of something to do though while I'm letting it sit out there.
The cold water has the fish very inactive. He's literally letting that bait sit on the bottom, waiting for a taker.
What was I just saying? I gotta sit there and just let it do nothing, you know?
It's hard to do nothing when there's $125 grand at stake, and Brent Ayler is trying to fight back from a 9-pound deficit. Much more straight ahead on FLW Outdoors.
Stick around for some more action from the very first Western Series FLW tournament.
The setting is beautiful here at Lake Havasu. And while the pros battle it out, the co-anglers get to relax after 3 grueling days. They're the recreational anglers who also benefit from the new National Guard Western Division. We meet one of them, National Guard team member Rachel Uribe, in today's Berkeley Co-Angler Close-Up.
I never thought that this would be a possibility to be out here sponsored and doing the FLW, which is a huge thing. There's 195, I believe, co-anglers. Waiting for my boater. He's over there checking in. So this is the biggest Western Series event there is. Fishing with the pro, you expand your knowledge, and You know, they teach you different techniques and what to look for. But it's exciting, learning some new tricks or two. Hopefully I can get the trailer in the water, go get my pro. Oh, I think we just took out a trailer. No, go ahead, I'm going that way. Wonder how my brother did. Hopefully he did good today. Actually, this is our first time doing a big tournament together, which is exciting because my brother and I were pretty close, so it's like a family affair out there. They might take your bobber and a nice one.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's a big honor and big privilege to actually be part of the National Guard team.
You've got two that go 4 pounds and 7 ounces.
I'm excited, and I've never thought that this would happen. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me.
The Long Beach native finished 54th, taking home over $1,000. And Long Beach must be a great training ground because another native, Larry Weaver, came out on top in the co-angler division.
Your champion is Larry Weaver.
To come in here and compete against these guys, these co-anglers are all good fishermen, and to come out on top in a situation like this when it's really, really tough fishing is really exciting.
There's a $20,000 check for Larry Weaver for first place. Not too shabby for Robert O'Donnell in second place, almost 10 grand. Here is Mike Pua, and he has been nipping at the heels of the leaders throughout this event.
Mike's using a 3.5-inch green tube bait. It's a slow presentation. He's crawling it from 2 to 3 feet of water all the way down into the 20-foot depth range.
Come on.
Wow, a strong hook set from a big man. This fish has his rod bent double.
Yeah. That's nice.
Mike started the day nearly 4 pounds out of the lead, and he already has 2 keepers in the boat.
That bait just came right out.
It wasn't hooked good, but he got him.
Look at the mud on them. See the mud? Got a little bit of mud just sitting in there. These fish are glued down to the bottom.
Mike Pua is keyed in to these fish on Lake Havasu. Over now to Eric McFarland, and you can tell just how clear the water is. He is keeping low so he doesn't cast a shadow that would spook the fish.
There it is. Just like that, folks.
The low profile worked, and he's hooked up on the finesse rig.
I'm gonna play this fish down. I got real thin line. I need my net, sir.
He doesn't want to horse this fish.
It's a big smallie. It's a big smallie. I'm just gonna play this fish down.
Taking his time. So much money on the line for these West Coast anglers.
I'm gonna play that fish down.
Got it.
Someone that lives check to check like me, $100,000 is a ton of money. So, I mean, just, it's gonna change my life in a lot of ways. That, you guys, to me, I love you.
A little kiss on the noggin there by McFarland. Big fish.
That's huge.
That fish is around 2.5 pounds. If he can catch 4 more like this one, he'll have a shot at the trophy. He came into today about 5 pounds out of the lead.
Yeah. I know that was, see what I mean? If you come up and spook that fish, she's gone.
He's talking about his shadow. He played the game right there and was rewarded for it.
Thank you.
Eric McFarland moves into 4th place. Mike Goodwin is still our leader. Come on back for more action here on Lake Havasu at the inaugural event of the Walmart FLW Series National Guard Western Division.
His home fans, and he's just really finding a way to get it done out there.
Confidence means everything in this sport, Keith, and he's got momentum. He's led all 3 days of this event, and it's his tournament to win today.
Yamaha Pro Jay Yellis was just 3 pounds away from Mike Goodwin this morning, but he can't get to his spot and told us that he has no plan B.
I got some issues this morning because the lake has dropped another 2 inches overnight. And so I'm not going to be able to get to the fish that I've been catching up the river out of that little aluminum boat. I'm going to head down the lake and just fish all new water. I might not catch one today. It's tough, but I might catch a good stringer and win too.
You know, that's a tough break for Jay Ellis. Yesterday, he and his co-angler spent 3 hours push-poling his lightweight aluminum boat back into his key spot. But the water is falling, and he can't get back in there today. He's scrambling.
What's that?
Looks like he had a strike.
That might have been, something hit it twice, or I hit something twice.
The way it's going for Jay, I think he hit something twice. No fish in the boat for him. Most of the structure here is man-made, like this brush being taken out to be sunk. It'll provide plenty of cover to catch plenty of fish.
Fishing these large desert reservoirs can be tricky because you got to find where the fish are. We don't have an awful lot of natural woody structure that's going to fall in this lake. So what we've done is develop strategies to use artificial cover and artificial substrates to provide habitat. That means we've used things like pallets, plastic, PVC pipe, in conjunction with natural material like brush, juniper trees, things that will provide a diversity of different sizes and spaces that fish can use. We're looking to put predators and prey together in one place. That means good growth in fish. That means the opportunity for the angler to capitalize on that structure and catch fish.
Ranger Pro Mike Goodwin knows all about this fishery. Havasu is, literally, his home water.
I've lived here since 1990. Things have been going well for me on Lake Havasu ever since. You don't have to be from the South to love to go bass fishing. And there are so many guys in the West that have all the talent in the world that stay in the West. If this tournament is won by me, it's going to be won with a jig and a pork frog and a swim bait. If I won the National Guard opener in the Western Division, there's only one guy wins that event. That would be a dream come true.
This is a little finesse worm that I've been catching some fish on. Pretty awesome little bait. I've caught a lot of fish. That's the bait that I lost that big smallmouth on yesterday.
Mike is using a 4-inch lemonade color worm, and his key technique is the drop shot rig. Mike is keeping a low profile. As you can see, he's sight fishing.
There's one.
He's hooked up here, another one of the top 10 pros finesse fishing on this final day of competition.
And look at that smallmouth. Wow, are they feisty here on Havasu.
Fish could be worth $125,000.
Yeah, baby.
Wow! That is a confidence booster. Momentum, Keith.
In the boat. Swallowed it.
Another smallmouth to his krill.
There's the hook down there in the mouth, deep in his mouth.
Beautiful job, great execution all week long. Mike Goodwin has won 2 events in his career, both on Lake Havasu.
Very subtle bite. 15, 20 seconds. All right. Lake Havasu smallmouth. Beautiful fish.
And that beautiful fish is the second keeper of the day for Mike Goodwin. That goes into the live well. Here's his closest competition, Phil Strader. They were tied this morning. Now, Strader has some catching up to do. Hang on tight. This is not over yet.
FLW fans, you stay tuned and watch me win again on my home lake.
Town.
We're here at beautiful Lake Havasu for the first ever FLW Series event. It's an awesome town. I'm going to show you the place inside and out. Come with me, we're going to have a great time. Hey, we came down here. I wanted to show you guys the London Bridge, but I ran into this guy, Phil Strader. Howdy, baby, you getting them? This is the London Bridge. It actually has been brought over piece by piece from London. It's awesome. The next time you're at beautiful Lake Havasu, be sure you come by Naked Turtle Water Sports, get you an awesome jet ski like this, and have a great time out there. Sometimes bass fishing, sometimes jet skis, they're both great. Come on, let's go check out Lake Havasu. Let's see what else they got to offer. How are you today, sir? Fine. Can I sit down here with you? Sure. You might catch something. Oh, I might catch something? Well, that's what I need, actually. Come on, fellas, just point out on the map where the big ones live. Can I jump in for a try? See, they don't like me so much. It's kind of like fishing. Come on, fellas. I want the secret lure. This is the one he told me about. They put the sucker on the top shelf so nobody can get it out. I think that's the secret. Man, I'm out here in the middle of the desert.
I'm just looking for the secret backwater where I can find out where the big one lives. I'm gonna keep hunting and keep hunting until I find it. It might take me a while, but I'll find it. My feet hurt so bad. Where am I? Where am I?
If he doesn't succeed in fishing, he's definitely got an acting career. Here is Randy McAbee, and he may have found the secret. He's making a charge here at the end of the competition. Like much of the field, the bite cooled off for him yesterday. He brought in just 3 fish, but he's on fire today. 4 nice keepers, and now he's on the hunt for his limit fish.
Randy McAbee had a top 10 here last year in the Stren Series. Lake Havasu treating him good. He's on the hunt for number 5, and he's hooked up now, Keith.
Oh, baby, good fish.
Oh, this could mean a lot to Randy McAbee.
Get out of there.
This fish has got Randy hung up in that man-made structure, and with light line, he's got to be extremely careful. And he got it loose. Randy's the first pro to get a limit today.
Number 5. I think.
Must be 13 inches to keep, that is, and now McAbee is tied with second place pro Phil Strader, and they're both chasing Mike Goodwin. This competition is in high gear, the clock is ticking. Come on back for more from Lake Havasu, Arizona. Welcome back to Lake Havasu. One lure pioneered here in the West is the swim bait. National Guard pro Clifford Birch shows us how to put one to work in this edition of Fishing 101, presented by BF Goodrich.
I'm here on Lake Havasu out in Arizona, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about swim bait fishing. It's a technique that was developed in the West to target really big fish. This swim bait's a baby bass and has really natural color and action. It's also got a great big #1 treble hook on it. One of the really cool features about this bait, it's got a magnet in the belly that holds the hooks right to the bottom of the bait. You want a heavy enough rod for this size of bait, but you also want to have a rod with a lot of bend in it to fight the fish. I like to use a pretty heavy monofilament because, again, we're going after really big fish. I want to show you how good this bait looks in the water. As you can see, it's so natural that a big bass just can't resist that coming by. Swim bait fishing is a great technique for catching big bass. Try it on your home lake.
Want more fishing secrets from Clifford Birch and other FLW pros? Log on to FLWOutdoors.com to watch all of our Fishing 101 lessons. For more tips, subscribe to FLW Outdoors magazine. Mike Pua has been on the move today. After launching from Lake Havasu City, he traveled south for most of the morning, and now he's gone south again. This is his first ever event as an FLW Outdoors pro, and he has had a great week. He could go home a champion.
I was born and raised in Texas. 12 years old, I moved out here to California. It's a totally different type of fishing altogether. I was watching FLW every weekend. I watched the reruns over and over and over. One day my wife, she just said, you need to go out there and do that. She's the one that really pushed me to do it. Without her telling me to go out there and give your dream a try, I don't think I'd be out here right now. To win $100,000 would be awesome. Unfortunately, living in Southern California, it's not actually life-changing. To me, it's not really about the money. It's actually about being able to have the notoriety to hang with the big guys. I'm actually living a dream right now. To go from watching it on television to actually being in the tournament, and let alone being in the top 10 right now, it's unbelievable. I've only been able to catch my fish on certain structures, so I really can't imagine them being on anything different in the afternoon. If anything, they should be even tighter to the bank as the afternoon. Oh, there's one. That's a good one, too. Stay on, please. Stay on.
Mike Pua is not out of contention for a win here. If he can land this fish, he'll make a charge up the leaderboard.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. That's what we need right there. That's what we need right there.
That is keeper number 3, and it's a little over 2 pounds. And time is running out for him and all the pros here, Keith.
And I'll tell you what, he's got his family out here, everybody rooting for him. This could be a big moment in the career for Mike Pua.
You got 3, you got some time. You gotta just stay focused now.
That is the key to 125 grand.
Don't move. We'll be right back from Lake Havasu. You do not want to miss what happens next.
$5,000. It's free to enter, so log on now. Lake Havasu has proven to be a tough challenge for most of the pros today. Over the space of about 2 hours, we saw just one catch. This guy is trying to make up for lost time. With the clock running down, Mike Pua is pulling out all the stops to get a limit.
Keith, we saw Mike catch number 3 just moments ago, and he's hooked up now with a potential number 4.
Stay down, baby.
The fish has already jumped once, now twice. Going for the net.
Yeah.
Got him. Nice job.
That is number 4 in the boat.
Gotta stay focused, folks. Just like that, we're up at 4 fish. One more, we gotta learn. One more, we gotta learn that. That's it right there, Lake Havasu style. Another 2-pounder. Yeah.
Boy, the Ranger Pro is making a big move. Phil Strader is also looking for some last-minute weight and his first victory. But if fishing doesn't work out, he's got something to fall back on, as we see in this edition of the Duracell Angler Spotlight.
It would be a tremendous achievement and accomplishment to win this tournament, but I'm not going to quit my day job. I've had 4 or 5 top 10 finishes with the String Series since FLW's come out here. Seems like I've been everywhere from second on down. First has eluded me. Man, oh man. Winning one would be the icing on the cake. I live in a small town called Glide, Oregon. We raise cattle and sheep. Ranching's been in the family for, well, I'm 3rd generation. My kids are 4th generation. We raise 1,400 head of sheep and about 400 head of cattle. And that keeps us busy. My office is a 3,300-acre piece of property that's just a little piece of what we call God's country, and probably that's the biggest advantage to it for me. I mean, I'm outdoors every day, rain or shine. I couldn't be cooped up in an office. It's just not me. My wife, when I left home, she wished me luck coming down here, and I said, well, babe, I said, if I win this, I said, I'll buy you a new horse. She's a horse nut. When she called last night, she'd watched it on FLWlive.com. Yeah, she called just 2 minutes after I weighed in, and she says, wee.
Phil's wife's already got room in the barn for a new horse. Phil has some ground to make up if he's going to follow through on his promise.
Keith, Phil Strader comes into day 4 tied with Ranger Pro Mike Goodwin. We know that tiebreaker's been broken, and here is a potential keeper number 2 for Phil Strader. Hooked up with the spin rig, finessing it to the boat. Good net job. That fish, a little over a pound, Keith.
Yeah, a little over a pound. It's keeper number 2. He's going to have to step it up, though, if he's going to have a shot to win this thing.
Not huge, but it's better than the ones I don't have.
At this point, every fish means more money.
That one's for my wife and kids.
And that one is going in the live well. It is almost time to head in. Mike Pua is trying for one more cast.
Oh, he's on.
This could be number 5, his limit fish. He can get this in. He's in serious contention for a victory.
Look at that. The jig comes right out, right at the... Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Lord. We got to measure him. We got to measure him. Oh, my God. Is that amazing or what? He's going to be close.
This fish has to measure 13 inches for him to be able to keep it. Oh, wow.
He's short.
Not going to touch, Keith.
What a bummer.
What a bummer is right. There is no time to keep hunting for a bigger one either. The anglers are opening up the throttles to beat the clock to check in.
I got 3 minutes to get in.
Being late is not an option. These pros will be penalized 1 pound for every minute they are late, and that could mean losing the 6-figure winner's check. We'll meet them at the weigh-in when FLW Outdoors rolls on. And taking a break from the tough jobs they do for our country.
I'm in the 2220th National Guard Company. We are a transportation company. We primarily run supply missions, or sometimes we transport different vehicles. The most interesting thing and what's the most fun for me is you're not stuck in one place. You get to move around. You get to see a lot of things that someone in a more stationary job wouldn't get to see.
I've been deployed to Iraq, and I've also went to Hurricane Katrina relief efforts. Part of our mission while we were in Iraq was to transport Operation Iraqi Freedom Fighters, which are Iraqis who volunteered to assist the Americans in the fight. And so it was really interesting getting an Iraqi perspective. The 2220th Company went to help with the Hurricane Katrina relief. We spent 2 weeks at Lake Charles, assisting with delivering food and water and other supplies. Be with the National Guard and go and help someone who obviously needs it. It's something that not a lot of people can say that they've done, and it's a great feeling to know that we were there and that we did it.
It's a great time to kind of get to know yourself and what you're really capable of.
I guess I'd say I'm a stronger person because of it.
And we're all better because of the National Guard. The weigh-in has been set up in the beautiful Arizona sunshine outside of Walmart, a huge crowd on hand to see who wins this historic event. It's been a tough fight, but we've seen some big fish caught by both the pros and co-anglers. But the Snickers Big Bass Award goes to Jason Barofka, who topped them all with an 8-pound, 2-ounce toad.
When I felt the bite, I didn't see it. So as soon as I set the hook, the fish turned sideways. I said, oh my God, get the net now. I was like, this is a big one, he's coming in. And once it got in, I just dropped, laid flat on my back. I couldn't even stand up, I was shaking.
If Ranger Pro Mike Goodwin has a monster like that today, he's got nothing to worry about. He has led all week, and he's in the hot seat as the weigh-in gets underway. Every other pro has him in their sights. Chris Zaldane has one keeper today. He's eliminated. So is Neil Russell, who zeroed today and brought in 22 pounds, 11 ounces for the week. Forest Wood Cup champion Brent Ayler also comes up short, but he's still got the 500 grand for winning that event. Now it's time for Evinrude Pro Gary Dobbins to step up. He has made the top 10 in more than half of the FLW Outdoors events he's fished. He will be one to watch in the National Guard Western Division. And while he has another top 10 here, he does not have enough to take the lead. Mike Goodwin's 32-pound benchmark is still secure. Randy McAbee is the next challenger.
4 fish. You'll need the 5th one to take the lead from Mike Goodwin. A 5-bass limit. Wow. For Randy McAbee. The Bakersfield, California pro weighs in 5, worth 9 pounds and 7 ounces.
9-7, Randy McAbee takes the lead, but can he hold it? We crown a champion next. Always low prices, always. You can feel the excitement as the crowd waits to see who will walk away with the title. For now, Randy McAbee sits in the leader chair, and he watches as Eric McFarland comes up short. McFarland is eliminated. Next up, California pro Mike Pua.
Pull it out if you've got number 4. Let's keep rolling. Wow! Great looking smallmouth bass for Mike Pua. There is number 4. All you need, 6'1". You've got 8 pounds and 5 ounces. 8'5", your new leader, Ranger Pro Mike Pua.
Mike Pua sends Randy McAbee to the showers. Just 3 more anglers remain. Jay Yellis had no backup plan, and he has no fish. He is out of the competition. But Phil Strader has fish in his bag, and he wants the victory. He has brought in limits every day so far, and he was tied for the lead after yesterday. If he wants to take home the trophy, he's got to stay ahead of the pack. But Strader only brings in 2 fish today, not enough to catch up to Mike Pua. So it's down to these two, Mike Pua and Mike Goodwin. Good friends, but only one of them can be a winner here. Mike Goodwin has worked hard to make sure it's him. He took the lead on day 1 and never let it go. He's on his home water, and that would make this win twice as sweet.
Lake Havasu smallmouth, beautiful fish.
Mike Pua's family is here from California. He'd love to show them that big winner's check, but Goodwin is looking confident in front of the hometown crowd.
I think he does have one. He does have one. That'll get you a start. Good job. That's a start for you. Does he have a second fish? He does! Two bass worth. 5 pounds, 13 ounces. Your champion is Mike Goodwin.
Wow, the best of friends embrace. The hometown hero, Mike Goodwin, is your champion. He becomes the first winner of the Walmart FLW Series National Guard Western Division and takes $100,000 in cash plus a $25,000 Ranger bonus. What an incredible performance we have seen from Mike Goodwin. He is your champion. Mike Pua in second wins nearly $50,000. Phil Strader just shy of the $40,000 mark. And here are your Land O'Lakes Angler of the Year standings on the Walmart FLW Series National Guard Western Division. So Mike Goodwin takes the Lake Havasu trophy on his home water. For more fishing action,